Welcome to Fredo Corner. This is Fredo. This video gives an overview of the main features of Fredo Corner, in particular what's new versus Round Corner. Round Corner was a predecessor of Fredo Corner. It will still exist because it's a separate plugin based on a different technical method. As Round Corner, Fredo Corner can round borders and corners of a shape. So here, let's try with a round corner and with Fredo Corner. So you see that the rounding is done almost the same. It can also do the beveling. So beveling is rounding with only one segment. So here with round corner, so you notice this problem with holes, and here with Fredo Corner. So the problem with holes has disappeared, and also you notice that when you have different colors on faces, you have an intermediate lines. By the way, there are one option of round corner which is not present in Fredo Corner, which is a sharp corner option. Okay, as you may remember, the sharp corner option was treating corners in a simpler way. So this does not exist in Fredo Corner. There are, however, two options here in blue and in red, which I'll explain in a moment. The first major difference between Fredo Corner and Round Corner is how the corners are rendered. So let's do this rounding on the same shape here with Fredo Corner and here with Round Corner. So the first thing you will notice is that in Fredo Corner, the corners are symmetrical. Okay, that is, they don't have a preferred orientation as opposed to Round Corner where corners were oriented. Here they were oriented towards the top. This is the z-axis here. You can indeed change in a round corner. You could change this and orient it in another along another axis. But this was a big inconvenient. So in round corner, in Fredo Corner, you don't have this drawback, and all corners are symmetrical. This one as well. By the way, you notice that Fredo Corner does a better job to handle the continuity of textures on borders and corners. A second difference is about the shape of the corner. So in round corner, the shape of the borders and corners are based on an arc of circles. So this actually is a circular shape. In Fredo Corner, by default, you get something less round, which is an intermediate between a square and a circle, so which is sometimes called a square circle or squircle. Uh, and this gives something more realistic, in particular for rendering. Now in Fredo Corner, you can change the profile of the corners and borders. So let's see how it works. So let's do a first rounding. So this rounding is done with a profile which is a Squircle 3.5. So it's a combination of a square and a circle. So if you click on this button, you go to the profile editor for the roundings. So here you have the family of Squircle, which are controlled by a parameter called degree. Uh, you can vary the parameter. 3.5 is usually a nice squircle. You can increase or reduce it. If you go to a degree of 2.0, you actually have a true arc of circle. If you start decreasing and go to 1, a degree 1 is a bevel. Usually, it's better to have a rounding degree of squircle between 3 and 3.5, which gives the best result for rendering. You can indeed change the number of segments. So the other family, by the way, you can see it in 3D as well and see the effect. So the second family is predefined profile. So you have a circle, which is a true uh, arc of circle, square, which I mean is a simple shape, but you can of course vary the number of segments. Same for bevel, which is a flat beveling, but you have the capability to change the number of segments. Last family is Bezier, so it is controlled by a factor. If you have a factor of 1, is roughly an arc of circle. If you increase this factor, you get a more interesting profile, which is kind of bumping. Uh, let's select it and see what it gives. So you see that the corners are and borders are bumping. Usually it's better to increase the number of segments to see this better. Okay, so that's an interesting profile. By the way, I may one day come up with a custom editor of a profile. So one thing to retain, usually use a squircle of 3 to 3.5, much better for rendering. Okay, last thing in the editor, you can uh, reverse the profile as well. So, for example, here with a squircle, you obtain this kind of corner. So it is reversed, the profile is reversed. It's better maybe to decrease the factor. Let's take a degree of 1.5, select, apply the change. So this is the shape, okay, which is interesting. You may, of course, change this at will. Be careful that with reverse profiles, you may end up with collision at corners because mathematically the closure of the corner is not guaranteed. Okay, so let's cancel this. Fredo Corner can also handle more types of corners. So let's take this more complex corner with 6 edges. So with round corner, you obtain this on top of a small problem with reversed faces. You see that the corner is rendered in a very complex ways with lot of triangulation. Let's see what Fredo Corner does. So same corner, same shape. So you see that it's much more regular. There are some corners that round corner cannot simply handle. So this one, you see the collisions here. It doesn't know what to do. Fredo Corner does a better job. Actually, I can even select the whole shape. So here you have the rounding of this, let's say, convex and concave corners. Same thing here with this complex shape. Round corner doesn't really know what to do and generate an error, whereas Fredo Corner can manage the corner with this shape. Fredo Corner provides a preview mode, which Round Corner does not. So uh, let's select the edges. Once you have done the selection, you can toggle the preview mode with this button or just typing tab. So here you are in a preview. You can disable, enable it with tab at will. When you are in preview mode, you can see the effect of changing the parameters. So for example, if I choose an offset of 1, you'll see reflected. If I decrease the number of segments as well, if I remove the round roundings, strict offset here doesn't matter too much. The borders, so you can see the effect of the borders. So for example here, I put everything except the inner edges in plain. So this allows you before generation to basically see what the model is going to look like. When you generate now the geometry, you obtain more or less what you had previewed. If you go back, you roll back, so you go back to the preview mode. The preview mode has the capability also to vary the offset, the number of segments, and the shape, the profile of the rounding. So here, if you simply click and drag, you will increase or decrease the offset. If you press Control, you will increase or decrease the number of segments. And if you press Shift, you will modify the profile of the rounding, which you can see here. It is flattish. Here it is more rounded. So that's the preview, which can be, of course, useful again once you have done the selection. At any point, you can, of course, go back to the selection and change it. Fredo Corner allows you to work across the boundaries of components and groups. So here you have two components, and in several instances, some of the instances are embedded within another group. So when you select one instance, it is reflected on the other instances, because when you generate the geometry, they will be as well rounded. So it does matter which instance you choose as a reference, because the offset is given in world coordinates. So which means at the top model. So if I choose this particular instance for the rounding, I will have 1 meter here, 1 meter here. Indeed, other instances like this one will not have a symmetrical border because they are scaled non-uniformly. So you have probably more than 1 meter here and less here. So that's important to know, but let's not forget that Fredo Corner doesn't do anything magical. If you open this instance and do the rounding, you will obtain the exact same result. So as a principle, Fredo Corner works across the boundaries of groups and components as if it was inside the particular instance you choose for selecting edges. Fredo Corner can handle more complex shapes than Round Corner. This is a key feature, in particular for shapes where you have triangulation at vertices. This is actually the motivation for writing the plugin with a totally new algorithm. So with Round Corner, let's try to round this simple corner. Okay, so Round Corner doesn't work. Let's select this. You see the red square, meaning that Round Corner doesn't know what to do. Same here, where it doesn't even finish the shape and probably has internal error, and so on. Okay, same thing here, and so on. So let's see what Fredo Corner does first on this simple corner. This one too. On this one. So the strategy is first to keep one continuous border, rounded border per edge, and to move the diagonals of the triangulation out of the path. Okay, so this may not be obvious, but if you look carefully, so let's undo and let's redo. You see that these diagonals have been slightly adjusted. So let's see this much more complex shape. Seems to work. This one with two holes. And this one. So you see that the border is almost continuous. This is even more obvious with by smoothing the border and showing without the geometry visible. And to finish this kind of pumpkin, which seems to work as well. So I'm pretty sure there will be a lot of shapes that do not work. So I'll see if I can fix that or if there are inherent limitations to the algorithm. A function which has been requested by many users is the capability to restore the original shape after a rounding. It's true that if you take a shape like this one, it's not obvious at all to recalculate or restore the original geometry. So Fredo Corner provides a repair function. This is the last icon in red on the toolbar. So let's start the repair. It functions in a very simple way. You mouse over a rounded shape and without clicking, it shows what is the original geometry as well as the date of generation. If you just single click, you have the capability to either undo or edit. If you edit, you start Fredo Corner in the mode and with the parameters of generation, which you can freely modify if you wish. You can change the offset, for example, okay, and regenerate. Okay, so again, repair, mouse over, and if you want just to undo, either you select undo or you double click. So now the shape, the original geometry has been restored. In case you did not want this, you can cancel it on the fly with undo change, or you can mouse over again and reconstruct the rounded shape, okay, which you can do as well later on. So in case finally you found the rounded shape good. Okay, so it works as an undo and a redo. Okay, so we can do it for the other shape, and it should. Of course, you have to mouse over the rounding. So the functionality is, of course, working for across SketchUp sessions, so you can close SketchUp and reopen it a few days later. This is still possible. Fredo Corner includes a new tool which is for generating the mesh for subdivision. This is actually the third icon in the toolbar, Fredo Corner subdivision. So let's see how it works. So as you will see, it has the interest on complex shapes. So let's start the tool. So you select like for rounding. Let's move to preview so that you see what will be generated. So the lines will be generated around the corner and borders. Okay, so if now you generate the geometry, you have something like this, which by the way is not so easy to draw manually. Let's exit from round corner and start subdivision by TomTom on the shape. So you see that now the shape is subdivided. This is not strictly equivalent to rounding the borders, because you see that this part, the flat parts, are also subdivided. Okay, this is even more obvious when you increase the level of subdivision. Okay, and you see it like this. So there is a benefit to use subdivision not just for rounding borders and corners, but to have a subdivision of the overall shape while keeping the corners and borders rounded. So you can do it on other shapes. So let's take this one. I generate, exit, select, and try to subdivide. So as you can see, you obtain a shape which is not only rounded at the corners and borders, but also on the faces. Okay, so this works even on a more complex shape where you can generate and trust TomTom subdivision to manage the subdivision of the entire shape. Indeed, when you have a subdivision done, you can undo it. It's the same principle as for rounding. You can undo it with the repair tool. Fredo Corner includes two experimental functions about variable offset. So the first one is asymmetrical offset. So let's see how it works. So you start Fredo Corner, and you select this simple shape with an offset of 1 meter. Now, if you hover an offset line, you see that it is highlighted, and if you click, you enter the offset line edition mode. In this editor, you can select other offset lines or a chain, for example, of offset lines by double clicking. You can also select somewhere else. You are going to specify the variable offset by a factor. So if you want it twice the default offset, you just type 2 in the VCB. So let's type 2. It means that these offset lines highlighted will have twice the default offset. So if I change the offset now in Fredo corner and put it to 1.5 meter, you see that the proportion is kept. Now let's generate this shape. So you see here you have asymmetrical offset at the borders on these four ones and also this one. Okay. At any time, you can of course reset uh, all offsets or a single offset. If you want to reset this one, for example, you just type 0 and it goes back to the default offset. You can of course suppress, remove all variable offset with this button. You need confirm and then you go back to the natural cube. Okay, so here you select a number of offset line. I don't want this one. You type a factor. Okay, maybe 4 is too much. Let's type 2. And you exit this mode and you generate your geometry. The other experimental functionality is about variable offset along a border. So let's take our cube and now mouse over close to the intersection of the two offset lines. So you see that it is highlighted in purple with a dot at the intersection. So if you click on it, this vertex and offset line is selected. Okay, so at the moment, actually there are two offset lines crossing at this intersection. Okay, so it does matter that you select one or both. You can, of course, by double clicking, select the dual one. So if I double click, I select the two offset lines. Now, same thing, I type a factor. Let's type a factor 2. And you see that now the borders, this border will have a variable offset. Okay, so let's exit this mode and generate. And you see that if you like it, you obtain a variable offset along the border. So same thing, you can reset the this one. You can reset it by typing -1 because 0 means actually you can type 0 and it will go to 0. So -1 is a way to reset. Okay, so here if you do that, only this border and corner are selected, have a variable offset, and therefore you will generate a different shape. So again, this is experimental, not sure it does work in all situations. This concludes this overview of the features of Fredo Corner. I will publish dedicated videos for some of the features to go more into some details. Enjoy Fredo Corner when it is published.